Snit, is that innings beginning? Are you envisioning if Travis and Dansby get on base that Joc's going to come up? I mean, how are you thinking as that innings beginning?
Well, I'm just thinking I'm glad the way it worked out that I could get him a right-handed at bat. That's the biggest thing. I'm going to try and pop him on a right-hander as soon as I can, whether it was 2 out, nobody on. So I'm huge hits by obviously Travis and Dansby to set that table right there.
Gabe.
And Snit, what about the job Ian did to pitch out of that and the defense that was played behind?
Unbelievable, both things. I talked earlier about how Ian in some previous starts was kind of getting the feel of the change, the fastball command, all that earlier and earlier after he had came back. And today he had it from pitch one. I mean, it was really, really good from pitch one. And what he did to get out of the 5th inning was something else.
David?
Snit, you've seen Joc now in a couple of our 3 postseason games where he's gone 3 for 3 with 2 homers. What about him do you think you have seen that made him so successful in these situations with the Dodgers? Because he's doing it again with you guys.
Well, he's been in these situations a lot, number one, I think. Number two, that guy's got no heartbeat at all. No, I mean, it's like he's on the playground. Playing against him in the postseason the last few years, you could tell that. I mean, it's just, I don't know that, he doesn't. He just slows things down, and has his at bat, and it's a really focused. I think it's a very talented young man, and he really slows everything down and doesn't get caught up in anything other than his at bat. I think. I mean, and he's been very successful in the postseason.
Mark?
Is he one of those guys that swagger is real? I mean, that confidence.
No,
is
no,
real?
it is. It is for real. I mean. He's a guy that that attracts people. I mean, his persona and all. I've really enjoyed getting to know him. I mean, he's something else. I mean, in a good way. I mean, it's and you see interact with his kids, and he's an awesome guy. Awesome guy.
Following that up, what does he bring to a clubhouse? And also, is there any chance that you might show up in pearls tomorrow?
Yeah, no, I won't show up in pearls. No, he just, he brings, again, he's kind of like some of these other guys that, you trade for him, you come in, he's been in the big moment, in the big stage, and he's performed, and I think guys appreciate that. They respect that. And Joc's Joc, I guess, maybe you'd say. But we've enjoyed having him here. I know that. The guys love him. I love him. He's an awesome guy. I mean, I've talked to him a few times a month ago, and he's like, I'm ready to do whatever you need me to do. And he does. He stays right. When he's in that batter's box, it's game on. I know that. And he slows it down, and he has skills.
Allison? Snit, have you thought about who's going to start tomorrow for you guys on the Hill?
Thought about it, but we'll these games happen, we're in there, we're talking about it, and then later on this afternoon we'll kind of narrow it down. We've talked to a few guys about some possible scenarios, and we'll narrow it down later on this evening.
Todd?
Council was really talking up Ian's changeup today. He said they're almost kind of looking for it in some spots, and it was just so good. They just could not hit it. You've so seen good.
It. Like I said earlier, he had it from the go. I mean, it was really, really good. I mean, I was looking at sometimes I didn't really know what it was till I looked at the velocities. But, as I said earlier, it's as he's come back, he's gotten it quicker and quicker and quicker. There's a couple outings where it took him 4 innings to really get feel. Today, he had it from the get-go. I mean, that, big stage, all the people asked me about that, didn't phase. If anything, it helped him.
Yeah, I was going to ask you mentioned Joc having no heartbeat. Seems like he's like a slow heartbeat guy too, right? I mean,
yeah, no, I mean it's and Ian's been through a lot, and like I said earlier, in a short major league career, and pitched a lot of postseason games, and he went to bed knowing he had the NLCS deciding game, Game 7. That's huge for a young kid, and then today, I mean it's that's the thing that attracts you to Ian, why he's going to be so good. And that intangible that he has and the confidence in himself. And he likes it. I mean, because people ask me about the crowd. It didn't faze him one bit. I mean, like I said, I thought he would, and he did feed on it.
Is Charlie on short rest on the table for tomorrow?
Everybody's on the table. tomorrow.
Everybody's on it. Now, I think he's only done it once in his career, and that was like back in '08. Is that, how much of a consideration might that be when you
No,
make your
everybody's
decision?
on the table.
Okay.
Jeff?
Given the struggles you guys had back in May, is this kind of a
Don't do that
surrealistic?
to me, Terrence.
Is this kind of a surrealistic moment for you right now?
Yeah, a little
Or-
bit. Yeah, I mean, I told people even in June and in the 1st of July. I mean, if you'd have told me we're gonna be sitting here right now like this, I'd just where we were kind of, like I said, I don't even know if we were treading water. Like I said, we had a straw going up through the base, sucking air. We weren't even at the top. And yeah, it is a little bit. I always believed in the guys. And I've said many times over the last 6 months that just keep waiting for when we're going to have our run, because I knew we would at some point in time. And then we had it, and we got to first place and we kept it. So yeah, I'm so proud of these guys. To be sitting here right now talking to y'all, a game away from going to the NLCS again. Who knows what's going to happen? But you know what? That we put ourselves in this position is a credit to all those guys in that room.
Okay, we'll take a couple more. Jeff, go ahead.
You were asked about lineups the other day. I'm just curious with Joc, do you just prefer to have him for these these unique
I like
pitching
having
roles?
him for that. What's to say I'm going to do? You know what? My head hits the pillow, and I toss and turn, and things come about, and I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. Quite honestly, I'll be honest with you, I don't. Shoot, I don't know. So, yeah, I'm. Anything could happen when I wake up. I'll have a chance. Actually, I'll have a chance to get a cup of coffee tomorrow before I come to the ballpark. I didn't want to risk it today. If you know what I mean.
On that note, we'll take one more.
What can you say about your entire pitching staff? I think it's been 19 innings since the Brewers have scored a run. Not just Ian, but all of them.
Well, I can't say enough about them. Just what they've done and in this environment, and they've been awesome. The starting pitching, we've had 3 really strong starts, and the bullpen's just been so good. And they have been for a long time. They pick each other up and they execute, and these are, what they've done. It's been a really good, really good.
Okay, we'll take one more in the back.
A positive and negative two-parter. Number one, what did you see in the second with that play with Adam at second? And then just with Will and what he's been able to do in these last few outings.
No, that wasn't a good play by Adam. I mean, I talked to him about it, I mean, he agrees. It was probably just kind of getting caught up in the moment, and for a number of reasons. I mean, that's one of the guys that he's doesn't make mistakes, and he did right there. And he'd tell you if he came in there right now and sat down, he'd say, "I screwed up." And what was the other one? Will's been awesome, unbelievable. That's why he's got almost 40 saves. Sometimes he creates his own trouble, but he's always there's a lot of them guys are like that, though. Shoot, it's my hat's off to Will, the way he hangs in there and turns the page, and just like I say, he's done a great job for us this year. He's always shows up. Like I said, when that phone rings, Will never doesn't answer it. Believe me, he's ready to go and never makes any excuses. He's accountable. He's what they're made of.